The streets of ancient Rome slowly darken as the last torches flicker, casting eerie shadows against the towering stone buildings. Merchants close their stalls, senators retire from heated debates, and the city, once bursting with energy, slips into a restless silence. But what did sleep look like in this ancient world, and how different was it from our own? In Rome, time was measured not by alarms, but by the sun, the stars, and the movements of the city. Unlike today's rigid schedules, Romans followed a more fluid sleep cycle, dictated by nature and necessity. When the last echoes of footsteps faded from the forum, sleep was not just rest. It was a gateway to dreams, divination, and even social gatherings. For some, a bed was a simple pile of straw, but for the wealthy, it was a work of art. The lectus cubicularis, a finely crafted bed, was adorned with ivory, bronze, and woven silk. Those with status reclined on plush mattresses stuffed with feathers, while the poor found comfort on woven mats or wooden benches. Romans didn't just sleep to rest, they did so with purpose and posture. Many favored sleeping on their sides, believing it aided digestion, while others lay flat on their backs, gazing at the gods. Some even slept in semi-reclined positions, a habit borrowed from their practice of eating while reclining at feasts. There were no standardized 8-hour sleep cycles in ancient Rome. Instead, Romans often practiced biphasic sleep, resting for a few hours after sunset, waking for a period of quiet activity, and then returning to sleep before dawn. This midnight wakefulness, called vigil, was a time for writing, reflecting, and even visiting bathhouses. Just as the midnight vigil was common, so was the afternoon siesta. The nona hour, around mid-afternoon, often marked a brief pause in daily activities, especially in the heat of summer. Even emperors like Augustus and Hadrian were known to take midday rests, proving that sleep was not just a luxury, but a necessity. Sleep in Rome was rarely silent. The city was alive, even after dark. The sound of drunken revelers, stray dogs, and the clatter of carts on cobblestone streets could make nights restless and unpredictable. Those seeking true quiet often retreated to countryside villas or inner rooms shielded from the city's chaos. Romans believed dreams were messages from the gods, visions sent by Jupiter, Apollo, or the spirits of the dead. Some sought out dream interpreters, while others meticulously recorded their dreams on wax tablets. To the Romans, sleep wasn't just an escape, it was a realm of prophecy and guidance. For those seeking divine insight, sleep took place in sacred temples. The practice of incubatio involved sleeping within temple walls, hoping for a god to appear in a dream. At the temple of Aesculapius, the sick sought visions that would reveal cures and omens from the divine realm. Beyond dreams, sleep itself was a ritual for some Romans. Before battles, warriors prayed for prophetic dreams to foresee victory or disaster. Some believed sleeping under certain stars or lunar phases could bring prosperity, fertility, or protection from curses. Not everyone in Rome had the luxury of peaceful slumber. While senators and patricians rested on comfortable beds, many workers, slaves, and soldiers slept in cramped spaces, outdoor streets, or barracks. In Rome, sleep reflected your status, who you were, where you belonged, and how much power you held. Without electricity, sleep patterns followed the natural light cycle. Romans relied on oil lamps, torches, and moonlight to guide their nights, yet many preferred complete darkness for deeper rest. The wealthiest could afford elaborate lamp systems, but for most, sleep meant embracing the night's shadows. Romans experimented with herbs and oils to induce sleep or ward off nightmares. Lavender, poppy, and even warm goat's milk were thought to bring calm and restful slumber. Those plagued by insomnia sought help from priests, physicians, or even magical incantations. For Rome's soldiers, sleep was a rare luxury. Soldiers on campaign often slept in shifts, ensuring constant vigilance against enemies. Many spent nights on hard ground, wrapped in cloaks, or inside makeshift fortifications with their weapons within arm's reach. Physicians like Galen studied sleep's effects on health, prescribing proper bedding, diet, and exercise to improve rest. Sleep was seen as a balance of bodily humors, and disturbances in rest were signs of illness or divine punishment. Roman medicine acknowledged sleep's vital role in recovery and longevity. While some Romans embraced sleep, others struggled with restlessness. Insomnia was often blamed on stress, bad omens, or even the wrath of the gods. Remedies included drinking warm wine, reciting poetry, or even listening to the distant hum of water fountains. Sleeping alone was sometimes considered unnatural or unlucky. Romans believed that evil spirits could haunt those who slept without a companion. Many preferred to sleep near family or slaves, ensuring protection and warmth during the night. While lack of sleep was feared, sleeping too much was considered a sign of laziness, sickness, or indulgence. Roman philosophers like Seneca warned against oversleeping, believing it made men weak and unproductive. Self-discipline, even in sleep, was a mark of virtue and strength. Romans often compared death to sleep, referring to the deceased as quietly resting. Tombs were inscribed with phrases like requiescat in pace, the origin of the modern RIP, rest in peace. Some believed that peaceful sleep in life meant a peaceful journey to the afterlife. Sharing sleeping spaces was common, even among friends, soldiers, and slaves. In large households, servants often slept in the same rooms as their masters, ready to assist at any moment. Sleep was a time of companionship, trust, and loyalty. As Rome grew chaotic, so did its sleep culture. Political instability, riots, and wars led to restless nights filled with paranoia. Even emperors like Caligula and Nero were said to have suffered from terrifying sleeplessness. With the fall of Rome, many sleep traditions faded. Grand baths crumbled, aqueducts dried, and the quiet luxury of Roman nights was replaced by medieval uncertainty. The secrets of Roman sleep became whispers in forgotten scrolls. Today, some Roman sleep habits still exist. Siestas, biphasic sleep, and herbal remedies mirror modern sleep science. What the Romans knew thousands of years ago still shapes how we rest today. What if we rediscovered Rome's sleep wisdom? Could ancient habits help us sleep better today? Perhaps in the quiet hours of the night, the Romans still have lessons to teach us. As Rome's ruins rest beneath the stars, so too do the echoes of its sleepers. The city may have fallen, but its dreams still live on. And perhaps, as we drift into sleep, we are not so different from them after all. Our journey through time comes to an end for today. We embark on new adventures every week. If you relish the experience, please like and subscribe.